Now that we have this, now let's try and now replicate this and use this to recreate the other worksheet that we need. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we need 7. So to do that, you can right click, right, and select move or copy. So when you select move or copy, you just tick this, create a copy, and tell it to move to the end and click on your OK. So it's kind of recreates that same worksheet, just duplicate it, right? And I can click on it and call this my input. On this my input, and I'll come here. We have created the worksheet headings and call this what? And call this my input, or could we call it input or assumptions? So that's what we have for that one. Now, a faster way to do that is your cursor, put it on this input worksheet, right? Then hold your left mouse and your control. So immediately you do that, you see that once something like square sign will show on your um, mouse icon. So let me do that again. Bring your cursor on this input where it's showing that straight arrow. On your keyboard, press your control and your left mouse. So immediately you press that, you see that one square sign will be displayed on your cursor arrow. So just move that arrow, uh, just move it up anywhere, and you see what will happen. It will duplicate it for you. So let's call this our calculations. Let me rename that. The name of the worksheet, we call it our calculations, or our schedule. We can even put our working self, right? So schedules, right? So let me replicate this again. Bring my cursor on this calculation, hold my control, my left mouse, hold it together, then it will display that. While I'm still holding my control and my left mouse, I'll just move it up anywhere to duplicate that. And here I'm going to call this our scenarios. So call this scenarios. Then I can duplicate it again using that same style and call this our okay, let's call it either P or L or income statement. Still the same thing. So income statement. I will just duplicate it again and call this what? Balance sheet. BS. Call it, let me rename it here. Balance sheet. Then duplicate it again. I'm going to call this cash flow. Right, so this is cash flow statement. Then the last one is what we call our analysis. So let me rename it there. Analysis. Now what we've done is we've created our menu, our template. So here we omitted something. So let me just create that. So I'm going to copy this, just bring it down, and let's call this a summary. So that's what we need to have a summary. So I'm going to rename this sample to summary. So this is the model summary. So let me rename it up here on the worksheet title. So this is the summary. This is the summary page. Right, and if you see from this menu, it's easy to go straight into any of these to go straight into the menu. Now from this menu, they should be able to navigate to other worksheets. So following that same thing, but on this input, just press your Ctrl K, select place in this document and click on input. So in case maybe you want to put a message, by the time someone click on over their mouse on the cell, to just display a message for them, that is what you have on this screen tip. So this one I can click, hey, click to navigate. Right, so I click on OK. So immediately if I bring my cursor close to this, you see what is going to display. So click to navigate. Right, if you look at the menu worksheets, look at what it was displaying. This is just telling me where the file is on my Excel, right? And that's because I did not put that screen tip on it. So for calculation, on the mouse on the cell of my calculation, press my Ctrl K, right? Select the calculation worksheet, click OK. Scenario, Ctrl K, select my scenario worksheet, click on my OK. On the summary, Ctrl K, then select the summary worksheet. Okay, income statements, Ctrl K and select my profit or loss account. So for the balance sheet, Ctrl K, click OK. On the cash flow statement, Ctrl K, select my cash flow statement. And on the analysis, Ctrl K and select my analysis worksheet. Right, so which means from here I can easily navigate to any of the worksheets. If I click here, take me straight to my analysis worksheet. Go back to my menu. I want to go back to my inputs, and it's easy for me to navigate. So basically, this is how we create a simple professional model template, right, that we'll be using to build our model. So you can also try be creative with your own, create your own the way you want it. You can, as I said, there's room for you to be creative as much as possible, but remember, consistency in your structure and your layout is very, very important, and you can see that is what we've applied in creating this our model template.